Hello and welcome yet again to another Hidden and Dangerous Deluxe walkthrough video. It's time for another commentary. Today is the fourth mission of the third operation. Let's see what it is about.
We're in the middle of a labor camp. The guard facilities consist of heavy machine guns and guard towers. The guard towers are less dangerous. The next problem is the guard at the entrance to the mine. Besides those, there are also reserves inside the building and the guard in the car park. The mission starts here. Although we are dressed in German uniforms, we cannot rely on this disguise for too long. It is a question of time before our cover is blown, so we have to move fast and decisively, using the shortest route to get to the car park and to take over the armored vehicle, which will provide us with protection against enemy fire. We complete the mission by exiting the vehicle on the pathway.
A very straightforward mission in terms of map design, but there are multiple ways how you can approach this map itself. There is the option in which you go through the gates of the map, or you can go around the path boundaries, I will call it like that. The latter option is the one that I prefer because I feel that you can have more effective lines of sight against the opponent, especially when you are near the parking lot where you need to pick up the car. When the reserves come out of the barracks, following that route is quite effective because there is better aiming range. As you can see here, the guard towers, as they said, is not a problem, but especially the barracks. If you are at the guard tower near the parking lot, that will give you a good spot to eliminate the majority of the enemies which you will be facing in this section of the map. It is also where the largest amount of enemies come, and having a preferable line of sight is more effective in eliminating your opponents without having the trouble of actually getting hurt yourself. And another advantage of this route is that you can easily eliminate the guards in the tower. They really are not a threat at all, except for the one at the first fence at the right side. I mean, if you go too fast, you might get blindsided and punished for quick movement, but in general, if you take it slow enough, you will be navigating through the pathway without much trouble, really. We are now at the part of the mission where the most trouble will come. This guard tower you can pretty much ignore, but it's the barracks and the soldiers which will be spawning at this exact moment, which can give a little bit of trouble. Luckily these folks are eliminated quickly by friendly AI, thank you for that. But this is the section which you need to pay the closest attention to, because it's not only these barracks but also more towards the back of the map where a few soldiers will spawn. Don't let them take you off guard, because they can still do some damage even from a distance. Now that these soldiers have been eliminated, luckily in a fairly quick pace, it is now time to jump inside this vehicle, because this is the one which you need to take, and drive off to the end of the map, where there is still one more surprise left for you. Also, don't forget to open the gates in advance, else you can't get through. The gates won't automatically open themselves, you see, you have to do that. Or the opponents if you manage to not kill them in time, but that's a story for another time. One thing I'm still struggling myself with is the vehicle movement. it is not as smooth as you might have hoped for. That causes me some trouble when exiting this gate. As I said, there is still one more surprise waiting for you, and that is that there is a tank waiting at the end of the bridge which you need to cross. You'll see that in a few seconds time. You cannot pass this bridge, well maybe you can, but you really need to be lucky that the tank doesn't hit you. So in normal circumstances you will have to get out and destroy the tank with a bazooka. But as you will be seeing, I am not the most accurate person when it comes to firing my bazooka. Looking back at the footage myself, you can clearly see that I did not aim as intended with the bazooka. So I will now be speeding up the footage a little bit because it's just walking back and forth. I'm going to pick up a Panzerfaust, which as you might have seen already was lying around the map. Should you miss the few bazooka explosives, there is still like another option for you. And that option is the one I now need to take because, as I said, I failed with my previous aim. So, second try, hopefully this will work out as intended. Luckily, this time I did not forget how you aim with the bazooka, or Panzerfaust in this case. Fortunately, it was not a one-shot, one-kill. Luckily, I picked up a second Panzerfaust, and that does finish the job for me. Since I had to drop a few of my weapons, I will now be running back and forth once again to pick up what I left, and then return to the vehicle and drive off to the end of this mission. Entering a vehicle remains my biggest problem. Still can't do it properly. And that was it for this mission. Relatively short, increased even further by my own mistakes, but we got there in the end. Once again, I thank you for watching. The next mission will be way more challenging. I'll see you then.